Lisa from the Cherry on Top at Creative Design Studio. I'm bringing you today another run-through or tutorial on how to use our brand new album mockup. This could be used as a book or as a scrapbook, a photo book. That's mainly what I design things for scrapbooking. So I'm going to show off how you would use this particular mockup quickly and easily to show off some of your designs. First, I'm going to slide in a page that I want to go over my scrapbook page. I am using all of my goodies from the Optimism collection. It's kind of a mental garbage kind of collection. I have two sons with autism, and it can be a little bit taxing at times, but this is a kind of a bright and dark side kind of situation and collection. So I'm gonna right click and put it over the layer that I want to have it on. And you play with the size and you get it just how you want. See, I wanted to go over this page here. And I did the right click. And then I want it to be somewhat even with that page there. That looks okay. Maybe a little more. That's the templates. These are all my templates as well. They make scrapbooking really fast. Okay, so there. I've plugged in the pages there. And now I've got this cover. See over here, it's a cover for that book. Everything will be labeled to make it a little bit easier. And then you choose what kind of cover you want. I think I'll go with something a little bit darker maybe. You see what might go a little bit better with your backgrounds too. Or you could leave it white as well. It's not a big deal. A lot of times people will get a white one. Oops, I just clipped it on the wrong one. There we go. I needed that one there. And now I gotta clip it again. Right click, create a clipping mask. But you can see how quickly and easily you can have a really pretty preview together to show off your product. Something a little more exciting than just some basic packaging and the raw materials. Here you can show off all kinds of different things. In this layer, you can move it. Maybe you want to show off a little more of your page. Maybe you don't want it at all. Then you would just click, get rid of it. It's no problem. I do provide some little extra pages over here. I'm just going to leave those white. They're over here. You can see them there. And then here I'll use it for an opportunity to show off some of my papers that I've designed. Create a clipping mask. I'm working in Photoshop Elements. It's a lot like Photoshop, but a lot easier. So if you're not a super suave, savvy tech person, then you might want to give it a try. But it'll work very, very similar to how it works in Photoshop, either way. And you slide that thing over your layer that you want. Create a clipping mask. Make sure you get the angle right for a more realistic look. Slide it in. Shadows have already been provided, but you can tweak the shadows if you want. Something I'd like to show you too is these are cropped, so you won't be able to reuse them again. And you're not supposed to reuse them again. You're supposed to just leave everything as it is and just use it for a mock-up and not for individual pieces. I still need another paper. Let me just grab one here. But you can see how quickly and easily it goes, especially if you just leave things white or if you delete all the other extra stuff. Maybe you just want the album itself. Of course, you can do that as well. So I would start off with something like that. You could leave it just like that. For some people, it might be enough. But I don't know. I often joke, even though my designer name is the Cherry on Top, sometimes I kid with my team and I say, oh, sometimes I'm the cherry over the top. Sometimes how it is when you just can't stop playing and you just keep adding and adding layer after layer. But putting a little bit of extra work into your mock-ups, of course it makes your product look fantastic, but it also is a way to show off more product, which I think is a really fun idea. So here we are making our video, and it's only taken a couple of minutes and we're getting a pretty nice ensemble of digital goodies together. it's giving a really good appearance. But you can see how easy it is to work with it. And that's the whole point. I want to save you time. And I save myself time, you know, because I needed this. So I made it for myself, but I thought it would be really nice for some other designer friends to have something like it, because they often compliment me. Oh, I just really like the way that looks. It came out so nice, so different. It really gives the whole vibe a lot more quality look. And yeah, so here I'm just playing with some shadows, just adding a little more shadows to make it look more realistic. Oops, I fell on the backside. That's okay. All right, so you could stop there, and of course, you could get rid of some layers, and you could just maybe type something in. As I mentioned, you can get rid of all these little things. We can get rid of the USB and the phone, and we don't have to have all these extra elements, but I always leave a little bit of space for that. As I said, you can get rid of all these extra papers. We can get rid of all of that. Here's some more. Let's see what we got left. This yellow one, and then you can move them around as well. I will click on both of the layers or merge them if you want to make it easy. You can move them all around. Maybe you want just the one paper here, the one paper there. You can move it. So you've got a lot of flexibility. Another thing I'll show you, let me get rid of all this stuff maybe here. I have two backgrounds as well. Maybe what you have is something a little bit lighter or darker. There you have another background. So that's kind of a nice little bonus too. Then you don't have to go through all your things, find the right background or adjust the colors or whatever. But of course, that is something you could do as well. Let's say, oh, you still want this a little bit darker. You can always change that. Oh, probably levels is a little bit better way to change that, but we'll show you both ways. Okay, there you go. A little darker, or totally lighter, or brighter. You can absolutely mess with the coloring. Maybe you want to have a bright color like what's in the book there. There's like a purple, oh boy, like fluorescent. So there's obviously a lot of flexibility available when using this template. I try to make it as easy as I can for you. Get those designs of yours out as fast as you can so you can design more. Let us help you with the packaging while you go ahead and deal with everything else. Look here, I'm going to select all the layers. Maybe you just want to show off the book. That's fine. We'll get rid of these things here. You just take the book. Maybe you don't like things turned at an angle. I'm usually a right angle kind of gal myself. But if you want it just perfectly straight and around the middle, you can totally do that. You can move it down. Maybe you want to write some journaling across the top. Totally doable. Let me just match a color here. Let me show you how to do that real quick. Or not so quick, depending on the program speed that you're dealing with. Because of all these smart layers over here, it makes it take a long time. If you simplify those layers, it'll really expedite the saving process and the moving process. So you just from this, okay, maybe we'll just leave the font, just, you know, so you can see. You could add, yeah, like that. From this to this. And this is what I usually do too. I often put stuff like this as well. And then, of course, you could change your font or whatever, or use alphabets, or put some outlines on it. Go to your effects and go to the strokes, and maybe you want a tiny little outline. Yeah, it's really simple. You could change it, but then, yeah, okay. This is just all ways to change it up and make it exactly how you want. All right, so there you have it, our new album or scrapbook album mock-ups and how to use them. Thanks so much for checking out the Chariot Creative Design Studio. Happy creating!